Grand rising. Good day. And good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to El Elion's channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Hurrah. Let's go ahead and give Odin a treat. Thank you all so much for being here. The totem for this message is going to be a monster. I've got some word I'm going to share with you all, and I'm going to be reading from the book of Lamentations. I'm going to start in chapter 3, and I'm going to read the last 2 verses, or 3 verses, 64, 65, and 66. And then I'm going to continue into chapter 4, and I'm going to read the first 7 verses. So just 10 verses in total. 3, 4, 10. Okay. Render to them a recompense, O Yahuwah, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart, your curse to them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of Yahuwah. How is the gold become dim? How is the finest gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Sion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to the young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the sucking child cleaves to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaks it to them. They that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in a scarlet embrace dunghills. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. Her Nazarene were purer than snow. They were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their polishing of sapphire. I'm being called to read one more. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaves to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick. I'm going to point out some things in that scripture. I'm going to reword it a little bit in modern times. Even the sea monsters still take care of their children, still feed them, still nurture them. The children of God that were in the streets, that were actually more precious than all the rubies and gold and silver in the world, were starved, were hungry. Their faces were dirty and covered in soot and filth, and no one even knew of them. The people that were born silver spoon fed, worshipped piles of shit, and were cruel to God's children. Even though sea monsters will nurse their children, we had babies who would have to suck their tongue to the roof of their mouth because they were being neglected by their true parents. That's fucking crazy. God is not having that. Your family in heaven is not having that. There is judgment upon that. And the enemies, they are now deemed enemies. The people that were supposed to love you, the people that were supposed to take care of you, the people that were supposed to do right by you, and have been living it up and worshiping big old piles of shit and eating it up and wearing nice clothes. Meanwhile, you're working your fingers to the bone and going fucking hungry. They're going to lament. They're going to cry. They're going to experience a curse from God, and it's going to feel cruel to their bones, and it's going to hurt because it should. They're being punished. And those children out in the streets in Earth Realm that are hungry, that are working, that no one even knows of them, but they are deemed more valuable and more precious than anything in this world. Anything that the fucking piece of shit people here on earth are adorning themselves in silk and linen and jewels, and they're exalting themselves by their own name, not the name of God. They're just fucking exalting themselves, putting themselves above children of God, mistreating and abusing the creation of God. Meanwhile, those that are actually valuable, pleasing, and meaningful in the eyes of God and the angels in heaven are fucking starving, are hurting, are crying, and not being fed. Judgment. Judgment on all of it, on all of them, even you. So depending on who you are in this story will depend on how your judgment is received. And I feel like you're about to be redeemed. How dare they? If this was your family, they're going to be judged harshly, severely. They'll be punished. How the fuck is it that a sea monster knows how to take care of its own child, but a human being lets its baby cry? A human being won't even break bread to feed another when they are throwing out storehouses of it. They have an abundance and they're giving it to waste. And then they laugh and they mock the children of God that are going hungry. Judgment on all of it. There's an imbalance in this world and it's about to be corrected. God has spoken. He has spoken blessings and curses. Illumination and revelation. Destruction of enemies. I've noticed some people like this deck. It's the Egyptian Star Oracle. If you are interested, let's go ahead and move forward. Being of service, illumination or revelation. Maybe there needs to be a revelation about those that have been in service. And I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this couple sitting in this chair. They got all this clothing on. They got food sitting on top of their head. And they got this person who doesn't even have clothes and is giving them even more fucking food. And she looks skinny as a bitch. Like, damn. Maybe she should have that food. She's literally having to hold the food for them. Meanwhile, they're holding a fetter. So there's an abusive energy here. This is like a Cinderella story. All right? Oh wow, the heavens are pissed. Authority and power. Authority and power. People are abusing their authority and they're abusing their power. They're abusing their gifts. They're abusing their abilities. They're abusing God's children. They're about to get beat. They're about to get beat. Do not spare this child thy rod. Beat them in the name of God. That's what's about to happen. The angels are about to come down and beat these people. You think I'm fucking kidding? Go open the book and read about it. I ain't kidding. I feel it. There's judgment on them. How dare they? Engorging themselves in all the sins and all the greed. And yet there are people that are in need. How dare they? They exalt themselves like as if they are the Most High. But what are they doing to actually help anyone? What are they doing to help anyone at all? Are they doing anything of service? I'm not talking about the little stunts they pull to launder their money and get tax write-offs. That shit don't fucking count. What are they actually doing to serve God? What are they doing to serve humanity? What are they doing to serve God's children, the God in his children? Are they doing anything with all this extra they got, all this wealth they have, all this extra fucking food? Them fat little fuckers. Why are they still eating? This ain't body shaming anyone or anything. It's talking about their greed. They've engorged themselves. Meanwhile, we have other people that are starving in all kinds of ways, mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm not talking about food. I'm not talking about the body. I'm talking about provisions of anything. There's people that are so neglected and deprived of even affection, of love, of comfort, of support, of trust, of friendship. Huh? Where the fuck there's at? There is a parasitic, vampiric system in this world, and it's under judgment. It's under judgment. They're about to get beat. Look at that. Beat. They're about to get beat. The arrows. Yeah. They're about to get it. All of them. That's a lot of people in that card. Right there. That's a lot of people. And if you notice, they're not even bending the knee. They're just brought to their knee and trying to defend themselves. And this person of true authority and power ain't stopping. She's going to keep swinging. Lamentations, y'all. And if you see this card, this is the one I was talking about. She's having to hold the food on top of her head and give them another bowl of food. Meanwhile, they're well dressed. They don't even fucking look hungry. They're holding each other and embracing each other. This is two people sitting here. It's kind of hard to see, but they are. That's two people. And this person's naked. For what? To humiliate her? For their own amusement? You're going to serve us? Even though we don't even need it, we're going to abuse our power? You're going to be a slave to us? So the systematic, vampiric, parasitic slavery that exists in this world is what's under judgment. Moms, dads, sisters, brothers, cousins, doctors, like, I don't know, anybody that has a title, a position of power or authority over another and was abusing it and not feeding them, not giving to them, not loving them, not comforting them, not supporting them, there's a change of circumstances. There's a change of circumstances. There's a big change in circumstances. There's a huge judgment occurring. Did you know that the wealth of the sinners is laid up for the righteous? Did you know that? And if you're like, I'm righteous and I'm broke, that's what I'm fucking talking about. We about to change that shit. We about to change that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No more. Oh, let me stop myself before I give myself a big headache. Oh, I already have. Oh, no. Oh, I got cards going the wrong way. Darn it. How many? Oh, it's just 2. That's not that big. Okay. Goodness. We got to get things in order, okay? Things are all out of whack. Things are out of balance. And we're bringing judgment to it. Chaos. Chaos. There should be care and nurturing, love, support, balance, harmony, home, family. And instead, we have greed, we have deception, we have lies, we have parasitic, vampiric enslavement. Let's call it what it is. This chaos in the world, it's under judgment. Earth angels having nothing, judgment. Pieces of shit having seemingly everything in the world, judgment. Judgment. Judgment in each and every single way. And there is someone in particular that I am sensing that is receiving some severe judgment, and they're not going to get any rest. They're not going to get any repose. They're not going to get any break for this because they've been abusing gifts and abilities. This person had a gift of like prophecy or something. They had the ability to see the future or see people's future, and they used that gift and ability to take from them. If you're wondering, they've lost that ability. There's also another download that I got in this. The energies that the people that are under this severe, harsh curse and judgment, the energies that they used to listen to have been replaced, and they don't know that. They've been replaced by angels. But the thing is, these angels are trickster spirits right now. So they think that they're listening to the same thing that's going to help them out. What they were listening to got kicked out, and it got replaced with an angel that's now taking on the role of a trickster spirit. So they're going to be fooled by their own spirits, right into traps, right into holes, right into grief, right into loss. There is someone that had gifts and abilities, and I'm pretty sure it's the same energy. They had a gambling issue. So not only did they use this prophetic ability to steal from others, but they also used it to gamble. They would use this gift and ability to gamble. And there's not that there's anything necessarily wrong, but everything else they were doing was wrong. Everything they were doing is wrong. You know? I'm not saying someone who has intuitive gifts and abilities and you use it to win something, like, okay, cool, you won. But this person was abusing it. They were abusing people. And then they acted like they were better than everyone, and they were putting people down. They were abusing the wealth that they got. They were abusing it all. This is a really abusive person. So now, when they listen to those gifts and ability, now when they get these premonitions, these visions, these downloads, they're not real. So something's going to tell them, put everything down, put everything down, put everything down on this one. And this person's so cocky and full of himself because they've been getting away with abusing this gift and ability that they're going to listen. But what they don't realize is they're going to be listening to an angel that's being a trickster spirit. And they're going to fucking lose everything. And they're going to go bankrupt. And that's just the beginning. They're just going to go on a losing strike. Just keep losing and keep losing and keep losing. And you know what else is going to happen? What? The other way they were abusing that gift and ability is going to get switched on them. The people that they used to target aren't going to appear like targets anymore. Nope. They're going to trick this person to target what God wants him to target. So now this person that was abusing their gifts and abilities has just became a pawn to God. So they wanted to abuse the system, abuse their gifts and abilities, take people's destinies, take people's wealth and money, gamble all of it, win big, then act high and mighty and exalt themselves. They had a sex addiction issue. They had an issue with women. I'm picking up on it. They were abusive. They mistreated people. And they thought that they could get away with it because of all the money they had. So they did whatever the fuck they wanted. They did whatever they wanted. And they didn't stop. So everything is turning on this person. They don't know that. They're going to listen. They're going to listen to their gifts or abilities because they think it's still their gifts and abilities, and it's not. It's trickster energy. And there's many different ways this is going to play out, and they're going to fucking lose everything. And then they're also delivering God's judgment without even realizing it. Because the people that they try to steal from are people just like them. So he's going to do evil to people who've been doing evil. And the people that are righteous, good, and innocent will be cloaked in the shadow of God. He'll try to pull on their future or pull on their energy. He won't get nothing. And if he does, he gets a false scene. It's like, oh, well, they're broke, or oh, they ain't got no future. And he's going to leave them alone. But really, that's the richest one in the room. No one knows it yet. And there's about to be a wealth transfer, a huge transfer of energy. This is just one example I'm picking up on. There's a lot of this energy going on. A lot of it. Okay. This is what happens when people try to play God. They get humbled. They get beat. They get punished. They get put in their place and they get used like a pawn. I love how people think that they can escape God's will and abuse God's creation and then just get away with it. They're cursed. Anyone that was under this judgment, and there's different levels to it, they're cursed. This is going to really start freeing up some energy, too. Demon possessed, rejected and denied. Everywhere they go. They used to think that they were VIP, that they were getting anything and everything. They're not going to get that no more. That's part of the curse. They're marked. They don't even know that they're marked, and they're marked. People aren't even going to know why they're denying this person, but they're going to deny them. They're not going to get anything with anyone in any way. And they're only going to selfishly act upon those desires, and the only thing it's going to do is the will of God. That's their curse. Since that's what they want to do, okay, you can do that according to God's will. So you're going to do it to that person. And you're going to bet all your money on that. Oh, you just took a big loss? Oh, I don't know why that happened. Maybe you should go attack them. Now someone else who deserves a big loss experiences one by the hands of this one. Evil will pursue sinners. That is what's happening, y'all. It's the word of God. Evil is pursuing the sinners of this world. Energy vampire. And I knew I felt it. And they're going to be stuck in the same cycle. They're going to be stuck in this cycle. It's a curse for the rest of their life until they are bled dry. We are literally going to witness these energies across the world that are under this judgment and curse get bled out of everything, spiritually speaking. All their money, all their wealth, all their power, all their influence, gone. And then they're going to be used to do it to others that deserve it too. And now evil is going to be against each other. And God's children will be spared. Living a false reality. They're fooled. They don't know it yet, but they're fooled. They're owned by this evil. They're owned by this evil. This is going to attack a lot of people. Because I saw that in a cult or coven card earlier, and I'm seeing some other things over here. It's all right. They can't hide from this. They're not going to be able, they can't escape this. They're going to feel this. This isn't a witch that did something to them. God cursed them. Everything they do is cursed. Does that make sense? I don't know how to describe this any better than I already have. This is the judgment on them. They will be in lamentation for the rest of their life. And we will drain them of everything. And they'll be used as a pawn for God's will. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you, and I will see you on the next collective message.